My mom told me not to talk to strangers on the internet, but I'm glad I didn't listen. We are the Certified Noonas, your sisters in the love of Asian entertainment.
Hi, I'm Jessie.
I'm Natalia.
And I'm Sky.
Dun, 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 dun. Breaking news. Not
Dun,
really.
dun, dun,
Not breaking news. Dun, 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 dun. It's the Newsnas. That's right, the Newsnas.
Awkward news.
It's our awkward quarterly news show where every couple months we collect some interesting to us news stories and tell you about them. We just mention them, just some stuff that's been going down in the Asian entertainment world, and we have a good time with our. This is more of a like a punditry type show as versus a news show. We do insert our opinions.
We're being very talking head esque, I guess.
And for anyone who's tuning into us for the first time, think whatever is the opposite of Fox News for what takes you're about to hear from these Asian news entertainment news things. That's what you'll find here. So who would like to go first? Who would like to rip off the Band-Aid with their first news element here?
I guess, should we just go ahead and talk about some of the military?
Yeah, let's just rip that Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
Get it out.
Let's just do it.
Just some of the military people that have come back or gone away.
And if we have missed someone,
it's not on purpose.
We know this is not a complete
Again,
list.
we're not news reporters. But if you want us to be, visit our Patreon. I will do it for money.
Yeah, if we're making a full-time salary, we can be much more
on
these episodes. But since this is just a hobby we do for fun at the moment, you get what you get.
Okay, so military. Woods has announced that he will be enlisting in January, at the end of January. He's already starting to do his last Korean comeback.
Yeah,
he just did a Japanese one. Yeah, so he's kind of rounding out the year to go into the military. Our collective favorite, former K&K, Park Soham is back. Yay! We love him.
Yeah. Handsome devil.
Hyungwon, he really is very, very pretty boy. I mean, they all are, but he's a little too much.
He's very,
oh god,
very handsome.
Hyungwon from Monsta X will enlist on November 24th, which means that everybody that needs to be in the military is currently in the military, right?
No, I am supposed to go.
Oh, that's right. Okay. The last remaining 4 of BTS are officially enlisted, so they are all officially in the army. Wonpil from Day 6 is finally back. Day 6 back.
He came back to us.
I'm so excited. It was one of those things where he had he didn't take his break time, so he got out a couple of weeks early, but that still means you're still in contract. You're still in contract till the end of your date, but he was back and not working, and I was and you can't do anything still. You can't do idle stuff when you're in that way.
No, you just gotta
wait
it out.
He's finally back. He's been making the rounds to all of the radio shows and the YouTube channels. He's squarely back in the Day 6. Sehun from EXO is going to be enlisting December 21st, which is very, very soon.
And he is the last EXO member who needs to enlist. So now,
we're now on the other side, I guess.
Yeah. The light at the end of the tunnel has appeared, right?
Astro's MJ is finally back. Sky's excited.
And he's already back. He pretty much hit the ground running and started doing stuff. So he's all over the place.
Ace's Junhee has come back as well, and they've been very, very active in socials and everything, and I think they're also going to be joining a reality show, a variety show that we'll probably talk
don't
about
don't
later
even
on.
get me started on that bullshit.
But
Don't even get me started.
If you want to
But
follow them on TikTok, they're very active on TikTok.
They're very active and it's very funny.
Since only one of them is still in the military, so they did even already have an online concert and stuff with like all of the ones that have come back and stuff. So like they've been
they've also been doing like covers, a lot of covers of things.
Yes.
And Junhee he's been in a musical. Like I mean
they're all like let's just do it.
It's been a couple months, guys. Like we're catching up.
The last time we did news is like October, so
October,
sorry. And the only other military we have, which is like we're really stellar at this.
We're just doing the ones that happened like right now, like
or the ones we like remember to bookmark.
Well, like our faves, like
basic,
realistic, like the ones that really, yeah.
And then Shinwon from Pentagon will enlist also on the 21st. I wonder if they're gonna go in the same place. Soon, maybe.
Yeah,
it's possible.
Didn't Song Kang like say?
Song Kang Song Kang will be enlisting in January too.
Yeah. That's right.
I gotta remember.
That must have been who it was.
But maybe I was thinking. Well, I know who he is, so like. We just kind of forgot it. Like he announced it so long ago, and it was also like in a weird area because he like kind of announced that he was like starting or like at least like thinking about it. Like basically since Sweet Home 1 was like released, and that's been a couple of years. So we're like. When is he going to do things? But like all of his shows are coming out now, so I guess it's fine.
Yeah, it's really hard when, especially like the actors will start just kind of like bringing it up in an interview like a year before or whatever. It's like it's hard to track, and then suddenly it's like, oh, they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Especially like when like his last like, I mean, he's doing something that's like I guess fairly airing right now. It might be pre-produced. I don't know. I haven't looked into it, My Demon. I don't know if it's actually like pre-produced but airing. But like Sweet Home season 2 just released and season 3 is already done. So it's like harder when it's like they're doing these like dramas that are like fully pre-produced, and so you're literally they could have been done for months and months and months, and you're like, when are you leaving? Is this really a thing? Are you going to leave now? Or is this a show that you've already done so you could just like peace out and never like talk about it?
Right.
In sort of a funny little aside, I saw a very dumb... Every once in a while, I find... This is related to military enlistment. Every once in a while, I find myself just seeing like a netizen speculate, and it's always...
Gosh,
the dumbest shit you've ever seen.
Stop thinking. Just don't even just don't talk about it. If you're gonna
netizens wonder. just turn it off. It was netizens wondering if Plave will have to serve in the military, and I'm like, you do know Plave are real people, right? That are
like
they're real. They're basically VTubers. They're real people behind the cartoons.
And what I always want to at least say about the real people behind Plave, you don't know what their real ages are.
Yeah. You don't.
They could have already enlisted. They could be.
Yeah. You could have. You could actually know who that person is from another group. You just don't know who how old they are now because they're like avatars.
Like if you told me like the young line of Plave was like 30, I'd be like,
sure. With those voices, sure. Absolutely.
Like that would not shock me whatsoever.
I just find it funny because I'm just like, they're not cartoons, right? That like voice actors aren't cartoons too, right? Like they're real people.
Not on topic, but it just reminds me of that little I think it was Sky who posted the little cartoon of like all like the BTS members like putting their hands in a circle.
That was me.
They're all putting their hands in the circle because of all their like your songs.
These little Power Ranger cartoons,
like kind of going to the middle, and then all of a sudden it just plays because of their Christmas song that they just released.
Yeah, because they were all of like these BTS songs were like in the top charts, and then just Plaves was also there, so it's just like, hey.
And it's all like the army who are also like Play fans. They were like very excited about this cartoon. I was like, that's cute.
That is funny.
Very fun. That's all we got for military.
Yeah.
This military, we can shut down another chapter on military enlistments on the Newsnas.
Shut it down.
Move forth with news. Sky,
News.
what you got for us, Sky?
Oh, so I'm gonna catch you up a little bit on some. I'm gonna talk about member changes because, like, I think going back into this too many times is gonna get really confusing. So, but I will try to group a couple of things. I'm gonna talk about Pentagon members for a second.
Oh, things are happening.
Lots of things are happening. So a lot. I'm not even gonna sit here and listen. I think we might have even already talked about this a little bit. But Cube, many of the Pentagon members left Cube Entertainment because Cube's crummy. So in the meantime, so now there's been a lot of, in the past couple months, things shaken out. Like, so Pentagon's Hung Seok, he signed with a new agency who specializes in actor management called And Mark with a Q at the end. And then Pentagon's Jinho, he was a part of Phantom Singer 4 back like what, 6-8 months ago, and he became a part of a 4-member group that had formed in that called Krezel. They all have signed, so including Jinho, has signed with the startup company CHXXTA. You figure out how to say that, because I sure don't know. But what's great is, like, that group did not win Phantom Singer 4, therefore they didn't become the official, like, produced group from that show. But they really became fast friends and stuff. I didn't even watch it that closely, but it was obvious, like, they really formed a really good relationship and they wanted to stay as a group whenever they could. So they're now, so that's really cool that they're going to be able to be in the same company and stuff. Meanwhile, Cube did announce that Hui is going to have his solo debut in January. Okay.
Long overdue.
He needs to leave that place, but that's fine. So then, in the meantime, Pentagon's Yuto, he made his Japanese solo debut, like, this week.
So just a quick question, Sky. Who else did Cube drop the ball on in the past little while? Because I feel like there was another group that maybe Cube fumbled the bag with a bit.
Really? Cube fumbling the bag?
So, B2B pieced out on Cube completely.
They're like,
which is wild. Which is wild, okay?
They've been there for so long.
Like, Unkwon was a director at Cube, and he said, nah, not without my boys, see ya. Wild.
Which, like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, so, how bad you gotta fumble? That's their
and I know that one of them ended up in Fantagio, which every Astro fan is like, why? But that's fine. Like, I hope they treat you well. That's all we. That's
Are they
all
doing it like on a actor
that.
angle? Maybe they're
Chang
trying.
Sub, possibly.
Because I could feel that.
I feel like he's. I feel like he is actually in, and I'll talk about this later, but he's in a musical with MJ and Jinjin.
Yeah, so maybe that's so like the kind of angle. It's like, oh, okay, we can
he's
do
doing a lot of variety stuff too.
Not a lot of like the main, like, companies do a lot of acting and music anymore. Yeah. They kind of like, split that off. So I could see trying to like find one place.
And Fantagio definitely still leans into the acting side too, so
yeah.
Additionally, you have K&K has a new member, a former member of Romeo, Kim Hyung-jung. So, like,
congratulations.
I feel like that was super random, but that's great for them.
Honestly,
that was
just
very
thought, like,
weird.
It's just done. That's all.
Yeah, I did too. So they were like, K&K has a new member.
I knew that there were two members left, and they were like hanging on, kind of doing social media things once in a very blue moon. But I really felt like it would eventually just phase out.
Yeah.
Then it's like, here's a new member. I'm like, okay, here we go. That's what we're doing. So Leah from ITZY will be sitting out from the upcoming album and world tour. Pink Fantasy, they're going to go on indefinite hiatus starting 2024. I hadn't seen this. That's really sad.
It's like beginning of the year, like I think it's like maybe January. Yeah.
I like Pink Fantasy too. That's really
Haechan and Haoren, they're graduating from the group completely. So that's a bummer, because they had really cool concepts and stuff.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Pink Fancy.
Teo of DKB, he left the group. He had a DUI, so that's that. That is all we shall say on that front. Dio left SM. Good for him.
Started his own company, baby! Listen, they're hemorrhaging EXO members over there at SM.
I screwed that over.
They're hemorrhaging all their big talent at SM right now. It's not good.
Fakey, they will go on indefinite hiatus starting in January. That's sad. Tinned on a high note. Rocky, or formerly from Astro, he established his own company called One Fine Day, and he is the CEO and stuff. And it was pretty cute during his little showcase for his solo debut. The main producer guy, who goes by Obros, that's always been his producing name. He worked with Astro for a very long time, and so he kept calling Rocky
CEO?
President, the entire CEO so and president cute. The entire time.
It was
pretty adorable.
Did he thank himself? Thank you so much, CEO.
You can tell he had a good time with that. It was pretty cute.
His solo debut is really fun too. You should check it out.
It is. It's a good time.
All right. We're going to take it to Japan with a news story that absolutely enraged.
Oh, I know which one you're gonna go for.
Absolutely made my blood boil. So there's this really fun dude. He's a figure skater, one of the best figure skaters in the world, just retired from figure skating, Yuzuru Hanyu. He retired, he announced he was getting married, everything was going great for him 6 months ago. And then he announces that he and his wife are getting a divorce. And the reason they're getting a divorce is because, they were just constantly being stalked by fans and press to the point that she was having, mental breakdowns and couldn't leave their house. And so for his wife's well-being, they decided to get a divorce.
Absolutely messed up.
And
horrific.
I don't think I have to say, don't fucking do that to people.
Yeah,
if you, it's bad enough that the press is hounding them and paparazzi ambushing his entire family and her entire family.
And was she a non-celebrity as well? On top of that,
does Japan have
bad
the
either
same
way. Bad either way.
Journalistic thing that Korea does, where Korea makes it so you can't really talk about a non-celebrity in news?
I'm not entirely sure. I think they just do the blur thing, like they do in Korea too. But waiting outside their house, talking his family members. Yeah.
I think her family members were getting bombarded with stuff too.
Yeah, and death threats and just crazy stalker shit. Why can't people just be normal about this stuff?
Yeah.
Just let this guy retire
or why can't the people around these people take them to get the help they clearly need so they can stop harassing people?
Right.
I know some of this is behind, it's online or something, but at a certain point, you'll know, you'll start to pick up on something's going on. Just ridiculous.
And also there should be really, really serious laws against,
I think
there should be
too.
consequences.
Yeah, I think it should.
Yeah, because this is essentially terrorizing someone.
Yeah,
yeah.
They're stalking and terrorizing this.
And
person.
It doesn't just hurt the people that they're going after, or the people that are directly around them. It hurts even people that are not even part of it. If they're in the same building as this person, they're still in risk of being in danger. So it's a greater thing than just one person going after their celeb.
It's a big public safety issue ultimately.
Now. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's ridiculous, and I personally think that people who do that shit should be arrested.
I do too.
Because this is a private citizen. Celebrities are still private citizens. You can't stop them.
And
you're not allowed
and
to
for the
stop
record,
them.
so even for celebrities and even active celebrities and Olympians and all these people, they should still also, there should be very severe restrictions and laws in place that prevent these things from happening, because even if someone's a celebrity, no,
yep,
this is awful. it makes people not want to excel in their craft or sport or whatever. And that's like the opposite of what you want.
I mean, it's like, what a way to be rewarded for like years of hard work and winning awards and training, and finally it's like you're at the top of your career, you finally decided to retire, and you're finally happy, and then people just gotta fucking ruin it because of nonsense. Just
awful.
Like, he did his time. He just wanted to get married and have a quiet life.
Yeah.
In this day and age, you would think they couldn't do things like that. Like, you think there would be enough monitoring and tracking and stuff that they'd be able to find these people.
Yeah. But when some of the people are members of the press, like ambushing them outside of their house, like, what do you? Anyway, ridiculous.
I'm gonna follow that up with a completely different tone change. I'm so sorry.
Like we do.
Like completely different.
It's a roller coaster.
So much a roller coaster.
We bring you up, we bring you
jump
down,
the tracks to another set of tracks. So there is this site called What's on Netflix, which I'm sure that like almost everybody has like seen once or twice. Especially if you're like one who's like always looking at what's going on Netflix. They are not, as of like right now, I guess it's possible in the future, they're not affiliated with Netflix. They're not a Netflix like site. But they do have exclusive content on there for and about Netflix. And a lot of people use it kind of just to see what's coming up, because they do get the like press releases and stuff, so they know what's like being added onto the site. They've kind of saw that, you know, the K-dramas and the Asian dramas are very popular, and so they've kind of over the past couple of years dedicated more of their blog space to specific things about it, because they do other posts about things, not just like what's coming. And one of the posts that they recently just did was that they found out that Netflix is now changing the way that they label dramas, so you can see if it's a drama that like is not going to have a second season versus if it is, or like it's just going to be in parts or something like that. There's going to be additional content from it. You can kind of see it. And so that meant that like a lot of the K-dramas that were out got shifted around. And so that like the people at whoever like was doing the info dating, they could figure out like some of the K-dramas that are now like probably not going to have a second season based on like how they are they're having this like limited series run or whatever. And so the dramas that were just changed recently, so don't expect any more content from it. I'm so sorry if you're waiting. A Time Called You, which is the Korean remake of a Taiwanese drama, Someday or One Day. Celebrity, which just came out a couple of months ago.
Good. There shouldn't be a second season.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know if it like had a definitive.
No, thing. It had a definite ending. Like,
there's The Days, which I'm pretty sure is a J drama. It might be like an action, like I can't remember if it was. They released a lot of J dramas that were like based on like earthquakes and like natural disasters. So I don't know if this one was that. Maybe it was. Yeah. A drama that we talked about that we really liked, First Love. It's a J drama.
It was about the nuclear plant.
Okay, yeah. So yeah,
so you know,
The Days.
that one.
Thank you.
Not First Love. First Love was not about the nuclear plant.
But it was about the tsunami a little bit.
That's true. So, yes, the tsunami was in it, but
First Love, which we did like back a couple of months ago, because it's like tied into Tadaka's music. Yeah. Another episode that we did, and it was like the three of us did for like I think Christmas or something. It was around Christmas time when we did this episode about Glitch, the alien show.
Glitch. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's not coming back. I mean, I didn't think it was coming back.
I didn't think it would either. It had a pretty.
But like, Glitch is actually one of those. If they came back with another season, I'm like,
be fine.
You could do that. Like, you could have another cult situation.
You also have Mask Girl. Also, it's on my list, but I haven't finished it, so I don't know if that had some sort of. It's a thriller. I don't know if that had any kind of cliffhangery type thing. And then the last thing on this list is The Sound of Magic, which we also have an episode on. Look at us.
Yeah,
we're good at the.
And that one also had a definite ending. So
yeah. But I think it's nice that they're doing this. It's Netflix. They're not nice, but it's definitely, it makes it easier, especially for sites like these where they're actually looking at the data and looking at these things and having more access to it than we have. Because hello, Netflix, you haven't put us on your press release. You should.
Yeah.
I get you can go to the
We're
press
clearly
site.
A reputable news source.
Obviously, come on, look at us. But they do have a press site, but it's not as info dumped as the actual people who are on the press releases, the emails that come out to it. But
so if anyone watching this is at Netflix and knows how to get us on their press release, please do.
But also, I'm just looking at this article, and it has a picture, and it was the picture's from Celebrity, and I'm pretty sure it's from Little Women. Because I don't think it's the one actress. I don't remember her name. She's not from Goblin. She's not in Celebrity, right? I don't know. She might be.
No, she's not.
Kim Go-in.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at the picture. That's not from Celebrity.
It's definitely Little Women, right?
That's definitely.
Which we also had an episode on. Look at that.
That's
listen, at least they're starting to talk about it. What I liked about what's on Netflix is when they show they give the list of things that are coming for the next month, they actually give a description of it. And so it was the only way for you to guarantee you could figure out if it was going to be an Asian drama or not, because it actually gave a description, because other sites just put the names on it. So you would have to literally be Google searching or just know for a fact what drama name was. So what's on Netflix is nice that they did that. They're still learning the Asian drama world.
That's fine.
One step at a time.
Exactly.
I thought this was interesting, and my source for this, it was someone on Twitter who was kind of doing some additional translation on top of an article. So I'm just saying specifically. So there's going to be a association formed in Korea called the Korea Virtual Human Industry Association, KOVHIA. It is, and so I'm going to go over kind of what this is a little bit, and I'm directly quoting from this article, a translation of this article. It is to foster growth of the domestic virtual human and virtual streamer industry. It will be under the supervision of the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism. It aims to formalize into a corporation and commerce full operations by February. The goal is to enhance promotions and bolster global competitiveness and all that stuff, essentially. But the main reason I'm discussing this, aside from the fact that I love Plave, but I thought what was interesting, it's specifically to establish fair rights for quote-unquote shadow actors.
Okay, which is good.
Which it's because they can become easy targets and things like that. So establishing some rights for them and stuff as talent of these things. So I thought that was pretty fascinating.
And because I see the real appeal of someone who's maybe talented but doesn't adhere to the very punishing visual standards in Asian entertainment. I can see the appeal of a virtual, a VTuber, V-idol sort of situation, because you still get to use your talents and your skills, but you don't have to deal with the much more cruel aspects of being in the entertainment industry. And I to be honest, I support that, because frankly, I don't care how people look. I know we joke about it all the time, but it's good that there's now going to be some sort of protections.
But it also will be just not even VTubers, right? It's going to be probably across the board. Anybody who's a streamer. That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah. Like, it just says, like, those kind of... So if, like, you're only there for streaming, which is not part of this, but it's interesting. Twitch is moving out of Korea. They just recently announced they can't afford it. They tried really hard to, and they're pulling out. So that's, like, an interesting thing.
Wild.
It is
because
wild.
Korea is one of the world's biggest, like, game streaming.
But, like, there's so many regulations, too, for Twitch. So, like, everyone was like, yeah, I get it. Because it sucks actually being on Twitch in Korea because of the, limitations. But it's interesting that they're, like, already starting this, and then, like, Twitch is like, well, bye, we tried.
Right. So, like, I found it just really fascinating that, like, and I've always said, and I am not going to sit here and act like I am some authority or that I am in the know on what currently on the books rights and protections there are for any type of music idol. I do not know. Okay. I just always maintain there need to be more.
Absolutely.
There need to be more. More protections. It's always obvious just based on the things that occur that there needs to be more protections for all these people. So the fact that the more things we see about trying to establish any protections for a variety of talent like this, I think that's great. Every step forward and getting some regulations on the books for people, lovely. Like, that's what we need to
I
see.
feel like creatives are often both very much taken advantage of in corporate systems and also overlooked when it comes to labor action. And it is because that the creative arts are seen as less important than other industries.
But they're all used extensively in all those industries.
In every industry. Yeah. So it's like...
Well, and then idol systems in particular, you start discussing child labor.
Yeah.
Let's be straight up, right? And there needs to be so many protections on that front as well.
And with all the news stories you hear, there are.
Shall we even, on top of that, just for a second, also recognize there need to be more regulations for drama and movie productions within Korea? Like, that is obvious based on overwork of
worldwide,
everyone
really.
involved.
Like,
yes, but like, just based on even recent news articles for some things. But like, yes, worldwide. So, creative industries need protection. Thank you.
Yeah, just as much as every other industry, they need labor protections. And often because creatives are not seen as employees, they're contractors. They don't get any labor protections whatsoever. So just keep that in mind the next time you're sighing over a, video game union striking or something. No, everyone deserves a fair, safe work environment, regardless of what work they do. And everyone deserves to be compensated enough to live comfortably for whatever job you have.
And I will say this specific topic of the Korean Virtual Human Industry Association being formed. All I'm saying about it, as far as like, it's a good first step. I seriously have doubts that it's going to have complete protections and all this amazing fair labor stuff. There's no way it's going to be this absolute answer, right?
No.
And I'm not saying that just because it's over. If it was American, I would be literally saying the exact same thing. Like, we know the limitations about these things.
Our feelings on labor protections are not country specific.
Yes.
They're all countries.
I want to be very clear.
All countries, all genders, all industries. We have the same thought, okay?
If you wish to come after me, just know that my thoughts on it are universal. That's all
we extend them to all. We extend out our hand of labor protection desires to everyone.
And as far as what we most see is, of course, like the drama side of things, or the K-pop, like we see the idols having horrific stalker situations, and just there's just all types of things. The airport situations that are horrific. Just like, now I think I'm so sorry, Natalia, let's just springboard off of that for a second.
I'm just gonna like very brief, like this isn't a news thing, this is just something that happens.
No, it is. This is a fun news thing.
Listen, but it's not my next news thing. This is just a springboard
like,
off
I'm not
of that.
using this as my time, thank
I'm not
you.
using this as my news. I'm just springboarding off of this airline thing. Because people they gotta stop going to airports.
They have to.
We gotta stop harassing these people at the airports. Because recently there was a bunch of people harassing NCT as they were trying to board a plane. And Haechan literally stole one of their PCs out of their hands and kept walking.
means photo card.
Photo card, yes. And just kept walking, the full holder and everything. Like, it was in, like, a fancy case. He just yoinked it and kept walking. And she tried to get it back, and he said, nah. He just robbed her. And I am on his side.
Absolutely.
And then he was seen getting off the plane. He had attached it to his bag. He robbed her. And then accessorize. Incredible. I love it. We need more of this. If companies aren't going to pay for bodyguards and, like, protections to not get bobbed,
like,
start stealing people's shit.
So
and when there are bodyguards at security, and when they body people that are
I don't give a
being
shit.
a problem.
Ragdoll them. No, those people are trying to
they should be ragdolled, and, like, if you are, like, the person that is doing that, if you get hurt, it's on you.
Yeah.
No one is paying your bills except for you. That's how I think of it. Yeah.
You're you're causing a public nuisance in a public space.
Just like
but as an asterisk, there should be laws against
really,
this.
like, we're joking, but like for real.
Like,
I can't bring in
also,
like bottled water that I've opened into the airport, but like you would allow that to happen?
Can harass them? Nah, get out of here.
No.
Get out of here. But I'm all for idols just robbing fans who are being nuisances.
Might as well.
Do it.
Do it.
What are you gonna do? Oh, I thought it was a gift.
Take the camera. It's just like, oh, got a new camera.
Oh no, I accidentally elbowed the camera. I guess you shouldn't have been so close to me.
Oh, look, I got a new phone. Cool.
Oh,
great.
What a generous gift.
I'm gonna go find the car. Sweet.
What a generous gift. Yeah. Okay.
So
Natalia, your actual news.
My actual news story. Okay. I got some GOT7 news for today. So most of GOT7 is currently in the military, but GOT7 does have three of the four members do not have to be in the military as they are not Korean citizens.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been doing stuff. This is not about Mark. Marky's just doing his own thing. Enjoy your life. We'll see you when that resumes. But both Bam Bam and Jackson Wang are currently on solo tours. And I'll start with Bam Bam. There was some shenaniganery with Ticketmaster, shock, where his tickets were improperly priced and were too expensive. And a bunch of people bought them.
Never would have thought.
At the too expensive price. I know, shocking. And Bam Bam himself started shaming the company. And was like, you gotta fix this. You can't be ripping off my fans. And so he got them refunds, like the difference of what the actual ticket price should have been. Pretty good. That's pretty good. But Jackson Wang decided to fucking one-up that shit, okay? He had a concert in Beijing that because of some health issues, he had to cancel. And not only did he refund everyone's tickets for the concert, he also refunded anyone who traveled airfare or train ticket prices.
That's crazy.
If you produced your receipt, his company refunded you.
Wow.
He said, yeah, this is easy. I should do that. Like, if you've paid, $200 to get on a plane and come see me, and you can't see me, well, I don't want you to be out $200 because it's, because I had to cancel.
Mm-hmm.
Class act. Classy. Good chaps. Good chaps.
He really is
Yeah.
I saw him on that Jim Jungkook on YouTube, and it was so funny because he was wearing I think it was a designer bracelet or watch or something, some designer he was wearing a lot of designer things, and he was getting a lot of crap for it. But the bracelet was from his mom, and he kept on trying to clarify because he was trying to like do his Korean promotions against solo Korean promotions, and so he was trying to be humble and like be that that way about it, but he came with like he was iced out pretty well, and so. But he kept saying, "This bracelet's from my mom."
You can't say anything about this one. This one specifically.
At some point he started to take it off. No, man, like
and that boy
that was from your mom. You can keep that one.
Yeah. Loves his mom.
And he just seems like a genuine guy. Like he tries to get down on the level with like fans and stuff. Like he's not rude. He's very kind. He just I think like his energy.
He's one of those that like you kind of have misconceptions about because he is very much the life of the party, and like I think like people believe that like not that he's like very terrible, but like also you're like but like he probably is. I think
he's like frat boy.
Where it's like you're still like it's not, but he's still okay, but no, that's not how he is at all. Like every interview,
like the Jackson Wang party host from like Wattpad fame is not necessarily the actual man, Jackson Wang.
No, but he's like welcoming of all, and he's very like receptive of people, like as individuals, and very much like very into like respecting people's like boundaries and like who they are as humans, and like just being like very like. I'm going to protect who you are as a human because I feel like you should be able to.
Who else has the same sort of vibes? Big Matthew from Card. It's the same sort of thing where it's like he seems like he would be like, ridiculous party boy making sex songs, but then he just is like really respectful and kind.
Yeah.
Respectful, kind man making sex songs.
Yeah.
You have to get it right.
I mean, duality. That's what kids say.
You can do both. You can do both.
You could be the founding guy of Big Titty Gang and have your light stick and
make
all the stuff. You do it, man.
You can make nasty songs. His last song was nasty, but like you can still be a respectful dude. And I think even in his nasty song, he still like mentioned consent in the nasty song. So it's like
you're like okay.
I asked
like we see it.
We support. I asked permission before clapping them cheeks. Don't worry about it. She went down. Like, you love to see it. You love to see it. Jessie,
okay, so I'm going to kind of combine a couple of news stories because there's a lot of like entertainment news that is centered on Japan and Korea doing stuff together, kind of in some way. So there's a couple of stories that I wanted to talk about. So first, there is a Kdrama that's going to come out next year. It's called What Comes After Love, and it's about a woman who meets a Japanese man, like when she's studying in Japan, falls in love, and then they kind of like part. I don't know how they part. I didn't like really look into it that much. And then it's like their reconnection back together. So they have cast a Japanese actor for that role. It's not just like a Korean actor. And it's the actor Sakaguchi Kentaro, who we all know, like on this podcast. He's been in a couple of dramas that we've watched. He was in, I didn't like list any of them, so I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's that Marriage Contract one. That kind of is like always like, seen as kind of like the Because This Is My First Life kind of equivalent, like the Japanese one. I know all three of us watched it. I don't know if Amanda watched it after us. And then that like Code series that I'm currently watching, he's in that as well. And he's a very like kind of like well-known actor, and he's still doing stuff today. So that will be cool to see on the screen, because like a lot of times they don't end up hiring the actor for it, so it's like kind of nice to like see. And I want to see the drama just to see how it like plays out. Like, is there a lot of like they just both speak each other's language, or is there like a language thing? Because like it could go either way. It could be like they're both already fluent in each other's language or whatever. So that will be cool. Studio Dragon, who we all love because they tend, especially the hit list loves, because they tend to do hit list approved.
They do stuff for
dramas.
Us,
they are collabing with director Hirokazu Koreede. I messed up his name very sorry, for a new J-drama series. I don't quote me on it, but this might be one of the first, like, at least J-drama collabs that Studio Dragon has done, because Studio Dragon is a Korean company.
Korean, yeah.
So that should be interesting, and probably something that we would probably we'll definitely watch it.
I'm sure.
There was no news on like what the like the drama is going to be or anything like that. So it's just like the very beginning stages. That's really cool. And then finally, Kwon Eun-bi, who is a former member of IZ*ONE, is going to make her acting debut in a Japanese movie that's actually based on a Korean movie, Unlocked. So in Japan, it's like a series of movies. So I think this is like the third in the series of movies. So she'll be part of that series in this second or third installment. But the Unlocked Korean movie was just one. So I thought that was interesting, especially because like Idol doing a Japanese movie, but also as a Korean, like it's a remake of a Korean thing. So it kind of like, it dips into both worlds. So that's fun, especially if you're a fan of IZ*ONE. You get to see one of your favorite people on screen.
Yeah. Well.
I'm gonna bounce off that about like idols and acting and stuff a little bit. So it's been announced that Queen Boa is going to be a part of. Yeah, we have an episode on it. Is going to be a part of the K-drama Marry My Husband, which that stars Park Min-young and Na-woo, and that starts January 1st.
I'm excited for that. She
hasn't been in a movie or K-drama for
I will say
K-drama.
I will say, like, like an article will be like, "Oh, she's starring in it."
I don't.
And then you go look at the list, and it's like she's a much later listed support role.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, don't get your hopes up, like, for a heck ton of screen time. Like, that's all I wanted to say about that. But, like, that's really exciting that she's gonna...
Yeah, because the last thing that I know that she was in was that one with Ji-hyo from Running Man. The like, she was cheating on her husband or something like that. Do you remember that one? With the guy from Coffee Prince? Do you remember?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, because it was like 2018. The guy from Coffee Prince who's been in the news currently.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I will cheat on you. It's like something.
Oh, my wife's having an affair this week.
That one. She plays like I can't remember.
Very specific.
Yeah, right? She plays like a friend.
She was like a main role in it, yeah.
Like a co-worker or something. She was like main role, but like supporting role. So like she had a lot of screen time, but it wasn't like one of the main characters, So that's cool.
So something that happened, and it's not for a drama, but it was at the Mama Awards, so like a K-pop award type thing. Ateez had a collab stage
so weird.
with. I thought it was really cool.
It was so funny, but it was just so random. I know, weird, positive.
I thought it was awesome.
It was
I was totally fine with it.
There
was nothing bizarre. Why was it just... Anyway, we'll fight about that later.
We don't need to fight about it. I meant it in the positive way.
The actor Ryu Sung-rong, he's from Moving and a heck ton of other things. He is huge. So like, it was really fascinating how they did it, because some of it was kind of like recorded and some of it was on stage. Like, it was an interesting hybrid situation. He did not sing. I should clarify all that. He did not like break out into song.
He was there for a presence. Like, he was there for a vibe, okay? Like, he was bringing energy to the whole proceedings.
And then actress Lee Sung-kyung, she had a collab with ACMU's Lee Chan-hyuk. They released a single called Eat, Sleep, Live, Repeat. So that's cool. That is cool. So I just kind of liked all the little, and there's always going to be more of that. There's always more than we even ever talk. There's
so many.
Just in case you're unaware, because like sometimes if you're squarely in K-pop and that's really all you pay attention to mostly, or if you're squarely over in dramas and that's really all you know, just know that the two industries hold hands like all
Oh
the
yeah,
time.
absolutely. Like
back and forth.
Very big stars like show up in music videos all the time. It's a very common thing.
Yeah.
It's like actually like a thing that like companies want their actors to do because it gives them so much more exposure.
Yeah. So, this is a fun little heartwarming story. I got a fun little heartwarming story for y'all. It's not all doom and gloom here on Newsnas. So Lim Young-woon, if you're unfamiliar with Lim Young-woon, hero, the ladies love him, and by ladies I mean the ladies of a certain age love this guy. He's a young guy, like he's not. Has
he been enlisted yet? Like
I don't know.
I should go look that.
But listen, the older ladies,
because they'll be heartbroken.
Listen, yeah, the older ladies.
I think he has. I think he's. Well, hold on.
Okay, he's 32 years old. I bet he is served. He's also, just side note, he is 6 foot tall.
He's handsome.
Okay.
He's a handsome. The ladies, they love him, and he loves his older fans.
Oh, absolutely,
quite a bit. And so, for example, a recent thing he did was that he had a huge concert, like stadium concert, and he had them put like 3 times as many screens, like further back as you could, because a lot of his fans have eyesight issues.
So great.
And so he wanted to make sure everyone could enjoy the concert by having more screens that people would have an easier
I saw a tweet where someone was like, can we do this for all concerts? I'm not old, but I want this.
It's just a nice thing. But another thing that he does is he's constantly at fan signs and like concerts telling his fans, because a lot of them are older, that they should go get medical checkups. And so apparently like this has led to an increase of middle-aged and older women getting medical checkups. And so another thing he does at his concerts is that he reads letters that fans send in. And one was from one of these women who went and got a medical checkup and got an early diagnosis of cancer and was in remission. And while he was reading it, he was then informed that she was in the audience.
Oh my god.
And he got to like tell everyone, like, I'm so happy that you're like in remission. And so he's also since then
love him.
Like he was already on my radar.
Listen, he was already.
He's now really
delightful.
Next minute, deep dive.
Delightful. And for the winter holidays, he's spending the winter holidays doing events at pediatric cancer wards for the patients who can't leave for the holidays. So, like,
come on. He deserves all the like taking away of all the awards from every other.
You know, I sort of love it because every time, for some reason, like, his comebacks have coincided with NCT 127 comebacks like multiple times. And so the joke is always like, because like he's so popular. Like I feel like a lot of people who are just K-pop fans like don't realize that he's more popular than your faves.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
He
inspires grandmas to have 8 cell phones.
8 cell phones, to buy light sticks. Like
when I say he inspires, he does not say to do that.
No,
they choose to do that.
The grandmas
you
love
think
him,
you stream? Okay? No.
These grandmas don't have to go to school or work. Okay?
The entire senior center.
Yeah,
I bet they haven't been working on.
But I just saw like one tweet, because it happened again with Fact Check. Like when Fact Check by NCT came out, he had his last song that came out, and people were like, "What did Jaehyung do to him? What did he do to him? Why does this keep happening?" But yeah, no, he seems like a good chap and who genuinely loves his old lady fans. So listen, if you want to be appreciated by an idol, he's the one to go for if you're a fellow middle-aged lady.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go.
But that's really sweet about like encouraging checkups and stuff. Like that's
because like
a really good way to use your
like if most of your fan base are women 50 and above, that's like a perfect thing to say. Like, you all gotta go get health checkups because I want you to be healthy so we can be together for longer. Like, come on, easy marketing. But it is quite nice that him encouraging a health checkout may have saved a woman's life.
That's great.
Yeah,
And then he gets to read the letter and see her in the concert. That's just great.
That's
nice.
wholesome. That's very wholesome. Yeah. We love a wholesome situation.
Mm-hmm. I know. I have to keep following up yours with like the most random stories.
Vibe. Let's do it.
It's not wholesome, but it might be like fun for people. There's a couple of production teams have been in talks and saying that they might do second seasons or others of some series. The first one, the production team for the Strong Girl series, they just did the second in the world. I don't know what we're calling them. It's Strong Woman Don't Bust It with the first woman, but like there's
the Strong Girl Monsoon. Yeah.
The Strong Girl universe.
Strong Girl universe, I guess.
Strong female universe, like
based on the popularity of this past one, they are very much in talks to do a third installment in the kind of
did like the last episode did set up.
Okay, so it seems to me like it probably will happen. They
very succinctly set up a new, fresh idea for the third season.
Okay, well there you go. There's that. Also, personal fave, but also everyone in this podcast really loves, because I talked about someone coming back from the military just recently. The Semantic Air teams have been talking, and they definitely are very much wanting to do a second season. And so like they're like trying to play it up and see if it like all falls into place. I do know that the other kid just
Haechan
got a role in a drama coming up. Yes. So I don't know if like it'll be soon, and then Soham just got back. I don't know what he has planned. Like maybe he wants to do a little bit more music or whatever. I don't know what he's up to as well, but like I want to
see those two men kiss again, okay? I want to see him smooch once more.
You know when there's like something that you're like, no, you can milk this for all it's worth. Keep going.
Milk it.
Like
yes.
just
get that cash cow. Get that cash cow going.
Give me the best friend too back. Like I like
get them all.
The girl
get
that like
the curly-headed guy.
Like him. I loved her so much. Like I loved her. I want to see her with like a cute little relationship on.
Get the lady rival back again. Get them all.
Get them, every single person in that. Just give them all to me, please. Because I need to stop just rewatching the first season. That's really what needs to happen. I need to stop.
Because then you'll have to rewatch it again.
Yeah,
and then
I want the new one, so then I can just be like rewatch the first season and then go to the second season.
Yeah,
and it slows me down.
But yeah, like because often I'm okay with second seasons of things or whatever, but sometimes and you wonder like, what can they do? It's like I don't care for Semantic Air. I don't care.
Literally, they can stand and look at each other. Just look at each other and then kiss.
The only thing that they can't do, the only thing that I'm tired of seeing, okay, in the BL world, BL world is when they bring it back for a second season and then contrive some sort of breakup for no reason.
That's the big
you
thing.
Can have them still be together and have a story. There's other stories besides
like
that.
Working on like maybe it's them trying to get the best friend a girl, and it's like a whole story about them.
Yes. Yeah. Or like them, getting the game made. Like that's still an interesting story.
And, like the problems could be within the game, like funding or something. Yeah. Like it doesn't have to be.
Or like they submit it to some contest and get money.
They can have like sweet moments where they're supporting each other. Come on.
Yes. I'm looking at you, To My Star season 2. We don't need.
Yeah, we don't need that.
I
haven't watched it, but we don't need it. I've heard horror stories.
We don't need it. We don't need it. You broke my heart, and I'm out. I don't want it. We want good things. There can be drama that's not just relationship drama. Like there can be external things, okay? That the solution isn't always break up because of dumb reasons that no one would break up over. We're watching you.
I'll highlight the fact that Ateez, their latest album, they debuted #1 on the Billboard main albums chart.
I'm so excited for them.
Which, like, are we shocked? We are not.
We're not, but like, it's exciting for them.
Good for them, man.
It's an achievement.
That's what Miggy said he wanted
honestly,
to do.
And as far as in a lot of other countries too, like hitting #1 on a bazillion different charts, like, which that's great. That's great, and it just seems. all their comebacks are fun, but it's a very like light-hearted type concept comeback, and I think that even adds to the fun a little. Like as far as all the promotions and stuff, it's just like, it's crazy form. It's just like we're just kind of weird. Like that's they usually have to play off that somehow. So like it's a good time.
We're all like photo card people, and there's like some great photo card sets for Ateez this time. But there's this one set where they're like holding these little like animals, and someone figured out that they're baby toys. Like they're baby toys from Target. Like it's a set of like rubber baby toys, and someone found it, and so people have been going nonstop to Target to pick up like all the toys so they can do their own photo shoot shoots with the little toys.
You could also listen. It would be really easy to turn those little toys into photo card holders. To hold the actual.
Oh my gosh.
Well, so here's what was so funny is just backstory, just insight into the Noonas life. Jessie sent me a TikTok highlighting the fact that it was these two gals like finding these toys.
Oh, you didn't.
I have to say, for this comeback, there's a bazillion and a half photo cards.
I'm so sorry.
Okay?
And you're also not into the photo card thing like I am.
I'm not as deep.
No, we're dragging her in.
Yeah.
Slowly.
So I was just like, I had no idea what these little toys were about. So I had to go, I was like, so I don't know how I Googled it, but I figured it out pretty quick. But then I laughed. I was like, the fact that I have recently stared at a ton of Ateez photo cards of their current, but like, it wasn't any of them that I saw, which is fascinating, which means that's a lot of
But it's also really fun that like TikTok, wow. What did they call it? They're like, oh, that's really cheap for like not off-brand merch.
Yeah, like unofficial merch.
And then they go to home and they're like, let me set it up with my other unofficial merch. Like, that's hilarious.
And then I guess there was another like dog toy or something that was probably used as something. Yeah. Like, it was just so funny because I just didn't know. So I was like,
I'm also very
toys,
like those type of like photo card sets are like, I would like zero in on literally a group that I didn't even listen to. I would zero in on those type of photo cards and be like, that's the photo cards that I want, even though I don't listen to them. Thank you.
Meanwhile, I collect photo cards based on vibes. I like ones where it looks like the people don't want to be taking that photo. Chef's kiss. I have so many. They're my favorite type of photo card. Love it.
Now, I will say, like, I've gone after unofficial merch before. Oh. I do have a bear literally right here that was on some. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a photo card thing.
I can actually show them right here. People who know will know. Boop.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So for the podcast, it was heart-shaped goggles that she was wearing.
Oh yes, for the audio listening, they were the heart-shaped goggles that Hyunjin wore in Maniac.
If you wish to see them, we are on YouTube.
You should go on YouTube and look it out. Oh yes, also on Ateez. Jessie for Christmas got Sky and I some signed Ateez albums, and they were just random.
She's currently showing them on
She's currently showing
This one's mine because my bias is Seonghwa, but we didn't get a Seonghwa, but we got the next best Seonghwa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I got a Mingi because Mingi's my favorite.
And I got San, which like
it just worked out perfectly.
It's crazy. What are the odds?
Yeah.
It's crazy because I've seen people like open up their boxes and they be all the same one. So, like, I'm very excited that we got like a mixture.
The odds of that are just insane. It's fun. I think I said all the Ateez stuff. Oh, I'll add this to my Ateez thing. So Idol Radio, for if you know, you know. If you don't, it's a radio show that idols host, and they have idols on there. So from Ateez, two of the guys have been DJs. Oh, I didn't write down how long they've been DJs. It feels like
over a year,
9 months now. If I had to just pull, or over a year. Wow,
I don't know. Like, that's I'm just
time
guessing.
Passes so fast.
Yeah,
it's been quite a while that they've been DJs, and so they will be stepping down from the Idol Radio DJs last week of December. After the last week of December, Hongjung and Yoonho are the ones that are DJs.
Idol Radio is so much fun.
As far as they're just on tour all the time. They're going to be going on tour. Like, it's...
Well, yeah, they've already announced.
I've always been fascinated that they even had that gig. Like, they're so busy.
They have been the DJs since September 12th, 2022.
Okay. Wow.
Time has passed, guys.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Time. What is time?
Because was Young K on, like, who was Idol Radio DJ
Young K
before?
was, like, technically before them, but it was, like, right before he went into the military. And then, like, Idol Radio went away for a while.
Okay.
I don't know how long, so I don't know if there was someone before them.
Prior to that.
They were, previous to Hongjun and Yuno taking over, it was Juhan and Hyungwon briefly for Monsta X.
That's right. And then Lino and someone else did it a lot. Like maybe Sungmin did it a lot as well, but I don't remember.
And Moonbin was around a fair, like there was a whole group of like the Idol guys that were doing stuff.
So it was in
like the Wild
when
Rose
it was
Boys or whatever.
Young K. It was Young K and the other kid from GOT7. Oh my god, I'm blanking out his name. So like more the one of their main vocalists.
It was Young J.
Yeah.
Young J and Young K.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And then season 2 was Juhan and Hyungwon, and then season 3 was Hongjun.
What made like if you're like wanting to like watch Idol Radio, what made Idol Radio really great was the fact that they do live subs on it. So like when you were watching on YouTube, it was like live sub, so you could actually watch stuff like as it was airing and like understand what was going on pretty much so. And like everybody's just fun there, and they just kind of do fun little silly games as well. So.
And I still don't know. Like Plav went on there at least twice.
Yeah, I think they're now like.
Do I know how? I do not know. Yeah. Like they seem like buddies.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of this works, but I am fascinated.
I love when Dreamcatcher
I am
comes
invested
on because, like, you know how like Ateez is like pretty loud as a group, but like comparatively to Dreamcatcher, they're not. They like, and Dreamcatcher comes in and they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So great.
Oh.
In a fun little aside, K-pop aside, 2 North Korean escapees are going to be debuting as K-pop idols soon.
Wow.
They're joining a group called SB Boys, and they were both born in the year 2000, so they're adults, and they both escaped as teenagers from North Korea. And their names are Seok and Hyuk. And Seok is a vocalist, and Hyuk is a rapper.
Oh,
so that's like really interesting. So they're the world's first K-pop, North Korean K-pop idols, which is really cool.
It's kind of fascinating because sometimes within just sometimes people are from North Korea and you don't know until you like really hear their backstory. So like there's this gal, I want to say it was mixed martial arts in particular is what she was the champion in for South Korea. I watched a show that she had done, and she was originally from North Korea. Like her dad helped her escape a long, long time ago. And so like the fact that she's South Korea's champion in this sport, which is still trying to kind of get off the ground more and stuff for females. So it was just really fascinating. Like, and you just wouldn't know because you just know her as the South Korean champion, and then you kind of hear more stories like. And then she told her entire, like, how she escaped. I was like, that's fascinating.
So I found this randomly, and I haven't really, like, looked into it that much, but I thought I'd, like, mention it here. Tan? Or Tan? I don't know how you pronounce that group. It's a boy group. They have a song called Walking on the Moon, and it's going to be sent into space on December 24th. On the Memorial Spaceflight Enterprise Celestius. And it's the first K-pop group to be doing that, or K-pop song to be sent to the.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
I just really appreciate the sentiment that if an alien finds this and listens to it,
like,
they'll be listening to some K-pop.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Maybe we'll get them.
And also, currently, one of the members of TAN is starring in this YouTube web BL
Oh.
that it's good. It's like, but it's like done as though it's like a vlog series that these four guys
I love when they
making.
do those type of things, especially when they put them on like YouTube. Like, I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's on you. It's currently airing right now, and it's called cityboy_log, and it's pretty wild. Like it was very surprising when I started watching it. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, it's supposedly produced by the Semantic Error team, but nothing's been confirmed. It's kind of mysterious. It's like it just sort of appeared.
Maybe.
And then
maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah, like it just like and it's done as though they are just like YouTubers making an incredibly unhinged vlog series that someone else is editing to like really spill the tea on what's going with these like four dudes in this. Anyway, it's something.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. It's pretty good.
Okay.
A new episode just dropped the morning that we're recording this, and I was like, ooh, because like they don't even drop it like regular intervals.
They just do it whenever.
It's like you'll just go onto YouTube and suddenly there'll be a new episode, and you're like, oh. But yeah, so that's what Can's up to some going to the moon and
going to the moon,
going to other things, I suppose.
My Dearest, they like won a lot of stuff from this awards ceremony. So the Grimme Awards, I'll tell you what that is first, because it kind of makes it more interesting rather than like, okay, what's that? It was created in 1993 by the Korean Directors of Photography Society. It recognizes film directors who have pursued excellent and experimental cinematography in projects produced by each broadcasting company over the past year, and actors who showed great performances voted by directors. So like it's just kind of a very specific type of award show. So like it was very much on the heels of the final airing of the last episode of My Dearest, but they ended up sweeping the awards and getting 5 awards. Like that's awesome. A big deal. So My Dearest got the grand prize. So that was really cool. And then of course Nam Kyung-min got Best Actor. An Eun-jin, she got Best Actress. And then all the directors got the directing award. And then, so directors Kim Jong-young, Chun Soo-jin, and Lee Han-jun. And then director Kwon Min-gu, he got the lighting award. So like
that's really cool.
And they have clips of all the speeches and stuff. It was just really sweet. Some of the directors were like in very casual clothes, like just... But like, you know, the actor and actress, like they were like super dressed up, and they had really, really sweet speeches, and like kind of made everyone laugh, because My Dearest was a very labor intensive, very, very long situation. So like coming off the heels of that, and they even had done an extra episode, and so all these things. So like it was nice that after that they got these big awards. And I thought it was kind of cool learning about... I didn't even know about that award show. So, like, it kind of came on my radar, and I was like, oh, that's really fascinating that it's a director's picking and stuff. So, it's a very pretty show. That's why it got all those awards.
So, I like to end out on a little bit of high note with what I am calling the stupid news story of the season. Because I like to put in one news story that's just so stupid that it makes you just go, why, though?
Stupid positive, not stupid derogatory.
No, just like so dumb.
Just confusing.
So mind-bogglingly ridiculous. Okay. There's this Thai actor. There's a little bit of backstory for this one, okay? So there's two Thai actors, okay? One is a Thai actor-singer named Musa Pasit, starred in Tharn Type. We're familiar with his oeuvre, okay? Another one, Tulpa Korn, starred in Manner of Death. He was the doctor in Manner of Death, okay? He recently, like, he was finishing his PhD. So he was at Columbia, okay? So then there's been this, like, humorous series of people having some fun because they're, like, friends. We don't know if they're more than friends. This is where the fun comes in. Where, like, on Tol's birthday, Mew took some saucy photos of Tull that was then credited to him, like him in his underwear holding cake, like, you know, like saucy photos. All right. And if you're on YouTube, I've probably put one of those saucy photos up here. So if you're not on YouTube, you're really missing out on some of this content. And then at the same time as this, Mew starts talking about how he's seeing someone, how he's in love. So everyone's like, oh, like, you know, we're all having a good time. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
a nice Delulu moment.
Yeah, we're all just, you know, we're all like, ooh, you know, Mew Tull, like, ooh. Okay, so we've all been just having a good time with this for a while now, like, just, but then it, like, dies off as it does. But then recently, they went on vacation together in the Maldives, and, oh, you know, and we're posting, like, bathing suit photos of each other, like, in the, you know, swimming together, having a lovely time in the Maldives. This could have just been fun. It could have just been fun. We could have all had a good time.
But we're netizens doing what the netizens do. Yeah.
Netizens were doing what netizens do, because once upon a time, so his old acting partner from Tharntype, Gulf, who's not involved in this story, tangentially, he's moved on. He's been doing his own thing. They've both been doing their own thing because they're actors who took other projects. It's like not.
And how long ago is Tharntype now?
Several years.
Really long.
Several. I think it might have even been pre-pandemic.
I feel like it was like very close to even maybe our first. Yeah.
So it was
our second year. Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently back in the day when they were still doing their, like, you know, like, woohoo, like shipping thing that, you know, these Thai BL actors do, in an interview, Gulf had been like, oh, I'd love to go, like, on vacation with him to the Maldives one day.
Oh,
like,
no.
Well, yeah, you see, Jessie has already connected the stupid netizen dots right now. So people are like, it's so disrespectful to him to be taking someone else to the Maldives, blah, blah, blah. And it just became like a thing that it didn't need to be a thing because nobody cares except for these crazy people. And we could have all just been having a good time.
Like, I'm not amazing with geography, but isn't the Maldives, like, just spatially somewhat
like it's
close to
It's
Thailand?
probably, like, cheap too.
So, like, it's not a huge
like,
hop.
Yeah, it's not close, but it's not that far. Like,
well, would it be common for a Thai person to go to the Maldives? Is kind of my question.
Yeah, like would it just be like a
it's like it's like the flight is from Bangkok is 4.5 hours.
Yeah, that's
so
easy.
That would be a reasonable.
That's
like half the
vacation
country.
location.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and like listen,
so it is a common destination, I would imagine, for a lot of Thai folks who want to go fancy.
I think it would be like
to the
equivalent to us just saying like we want to go to Hawaii. Like it's just like an easy like popular choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so like, listen, I don't know. If Mew and Tull are dating, good for them. If they're just friends, good for them. Like, they seem like they were having a lovely vacation.
But we were
good
all
for them. They had a fun vacation.
And
That's
ruined it.
And we can listen, netizens. Listen, I'm speaking to you, netizens, who don't watch this or listen to us. Okay, we can all just have a good time. We can all just have a good time. Listen, you can still go read all the fan fiction your heart desires. You can rewatch Tharntype as many. Like, there's 2 seasons.
Up here.
You can watch them both.
Up in the head.
But maybe.
Or go journal.
Yeah, journal.
You could go journal. I don't know what.
You could take up art. You could draw some nasty fan fiction. You're
figure out what
it's
like
all fine.
pens Natalia uses that she can use on her Cricut, and you don't even have to like write it yourself.
Yeah, I got them. Listen, I got them at the dollar store. Super fun.
Super easy.
You can.
I mean, the Cricut's not.
You can.
Well, you know,
the Cricut's not. The Cricut was quite expensive, but
you can make stickers.
We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this every time. We don't have to do this every time. And I know it's. And the thing is, I know it's always like 5 people being obnoxious online, but why do I have to hear about it?
Why do I have to be here for it?
Yeah, why am I involved now? Why do I have
to know that you exist? That's all I really need to know.
Listen, we could all just have a good, wholesome.
And now we're all just forced
time.
here knowing each other.
And now we have to explain what delusions are to people. And you're making the rest of us look bad.
Now I will say, so like, and again, I'm just going to make this a universal statement. Mm-hmm. This is for every country, fandom, anything. Mm-hmm. Like, this is not TyBL specific. I've seen some just some crazy things.
I've seen shit.
Yeah.
Like, this past week, even just about some 17 thing, like, just...
I didn't even put it in.
The 911, the, like, US TV show. Like, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Y'all need help, okay? I know we say this every time, and I recognize that the people who watch and listen to
they're not the ones who need
we actually are talking to.
Listen, clearly, like, the average Noona listener is on board with.
Yeah, I don't think you get this like long with.
So like we're not talking, but it's like just by some like if someone clips this and puts it on TikTok, all we want you to know, like if your reels this or something, just Delulu can be fun in your head. That's where it needs to stay. Touch some grass, get some help. You can beat this. We support you. You don't need to live this way.
Delulu should stay fun.
Yeah.
Light and fun. That is where it should remain.
Listen, if you're a fan of something and suddenly you find yourself just raging online over something minuscule that doesn't concern your life in any possible way, it's time to log out. It's time to, if you're like started calling people you've never met names on the internet, it's time to turn off Twitter. Mm-hmm. It's time to log out. Just get some fresh air.
I really encourage everyone being a multi, and what I mean by that is hobbies.
Yeah,
within your hobbies.
Mm-hmm. Get lots of things.
Lots of things. Mm-hmm. Just like, and if you're feeling kind of ick about one of your hobbies,
stop
give
doing
it a break.
Yeah.
Give it a big break.
We all have, like, all three of us, we have multiple hobbies. Yeah. We do lots of shit. Okay? Like, I'm really big into Minecraft. Also a really horrible fandom. Don't like listen.
Also.
Well, it's like, Jessie loves the X-Files. Sky reads a lot. We got things going on in our life that's not just a very one direct path. It's good to have lots of interests. Explore that, And on that positive note,
way to end.
We're taking you out of the Newsnas. This has been the Newsnas, a brief, very brief, just a few news stories that we thought were interesting and we wanted to talk about. Thank you for listening / watching. If you want to listen to us, we're anywhere podcasts can be found. And if you want to watch us in video, we are on YouTube. And, if you do join us on YouTube, like, subscribe, click the buttons, all that things. We're trying to be better YouTubers in the new year. You know how it be. And also you can go to certifiednoonas.com, our website, where it has every episode we've ever done, even pre-video episodes, 5 years of content.
So much.
There's so much on there. And if you want to support this podcast, you can go to patreon.com/certifiednoonas to join Certified Found Family. They're a found family on the web. We love them. We think they're great. Chef's kiss, rain down from heaven onto all of them. They're lovely.
Yeah,
we learned the Gen Z.
Is there a cat heart? Whatever that is these days.
I can't do the cat heart, but
just old standby.
You'll stand by. Anyway, thank you for listening. We hope that you have a fantastic week. And as always, wear a mask, please. I am very sick right now while recording this. And I wear a mask everywhere, but I have been sick for a month.
There's more stuff going around these days, too, for real.
Yeah, it's nasty out there. So wash your hands, wear a mask, but always keep enjoying Asian entertainment. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.